He filed them on Friday morning. So we filed bankruptcy on the 23rd to keep the sheriff out of our house and keep him from taking the baby bed. I was out of gas. I didn't have enough emotional energy to fight anymore.
What if I told you that this man, who just confessed that he was so broke that he had to file for bankruptcy, is now considered the financial whisperer of America because of how many people he's helped? He's really made the impossible happen by paying off not thousands, not hundreds of thousands, but millions of dollars in debt. I needed to know what made him not only pay off that debt, but how he was able to grow his wealth by paying off the debt and becoming a millionaire again. The results I found were so simple and easy that they blew my mind. And it all starts with this. Number 1, save up for your children's college. College is notoriously expensive and can be a huge hit to finances, but not for you, but for your kids. It can put them into huge debt, but it's so easy to prevent by doing this one thing that Dave Ramsey recommends. If you start putting $50 aside every month around the time your child is born, then by the time they're ready to go to college, you'll have saved up $10,800, which is huge for such a small amount. Prevent your children from going into debt and start saving ASAP. Number 2, reduce your subscriptions. It's normal to have several subscriptions, many of which you probably don't need. It can be hard to decide what to keep and what not to keep, but it doesn't have to be complicated. As a start, if you remove automatic subscriptions, you know you won't be charged for things you don't use. You can also cycle subscriptions per month to make the most out of all the services you enjoy without having to pay for them each month. But there may be another lingering expense. Number 3, getting rid of cable. Cable is becoming less and less common in most households, but for those who still use it, this expense is way bigger than it needs to be. So get on the bandwagon by removing the cable and start using streaming networks, or even just use YouTube. Number 4, enjoy generic. There's one brand that you will always pay less for without using quality, and you can find it in every single store you shop at. This is a bit of a trick, but it's brandless or generic items. Every store has its own version, and you can easily save lots of money by opting for it. For example, you can buy all sorts of grocery store items and even medications that are brandless or generic. Number 5, aim higher for groceries.
You mentioned groceries. By the way, a hint on groceries is whatever you think you spend on groceries before you actually start living on a budget, you're wrong, it's more.
One of the hardest expenses to deal with is a non-negotiable in every household, and it can be a big problem with staying on budget and saving. It's a problem Dave often deals with from his callers, and that's managing food expenses. So when you make a budget, make sure you allot more money than you think for food, because you're likely to spend more than you think. Number 6, get more income. You may be worried about making ends meet and find it's impossible to stop living paycheck to paycheck as you are right now. The only way to overcome this is to make more money. Thankfully, it's very easy to do this, like getting a second job with flexible hours, or like being an Uber Eats driver. It's normal to make just $100 by one day of working on the weekend, which can make a huge difference every month. But sometimes there's a different situation. Number 7, make good use of unexpected income. Sometimes you'll be gifted with unexpected lump sums of money, like a bonus from work or from inheritance. What matters here is not that you got the money, but what you do with it. By making the right choice, you can make the most of it. Against what most people would do, follow Dave Ramsey's advice and take that money to either get rid of debt or save it if you don't have any debt. Number 8, reduce your energy costs. We all need to pay energy bills, but we don't have to put such large amounts of money into it with a few simple tricks. For example, you can use cold water for washing clothes, air dry your clothes without heat, or hang dry them. You can also lower your thermostat to avoid using your furnace or AC as often. Number 9, what's your insurance? How much are you paying for insurance right now? When you think of the amount, do you think it's too expensive? It very well may be, but there's a way around this. Take a moment to search insurance quotes online to see if you're overpaying. You can either get a discount by negotiating your current bill or just changing insurance providers. Number 10, save for retirement.
And this idea of baby step 4 being 15%, baby step 4 is
Put a good, healthy amount on your retirement.
Saving for retirement is what will allow you to have financial freedom that you long for. But are you doing it right? According to Dave, it's not rocket science, and you don't even have to be smart to get rich. All you need to do is start saving 15% of your income and invest it. And before you know it, your savings will be massive. But that's not all there is to do to get rich, so keep watching. Number 11. Only use this card. When we think of cards, it's normal to drift to credit cards. But this is one of the worst cards you can use, as we'll explain later in this video. But there is one card that even Dave Ramsey supports. It's none other than your debit card, which houses money you actually have. So if you ever want to buy something, make sure you only do so with your debit card or cash you actually have. If you think of using your credit card, make sure you remember this quote from Dave Ramsey. Debt is not a tool. It is a method to make banks wealthy, not you. The borrower truly is a slave to the lender. Number 12. Employer matching. Some good employers will do something called matching. This is essentially taking a percentage of the contribution you put to 401k and matching it. This is excellent and just a free return of your investment, so what are you waiting for? Take the match. Number 13. Change your cell phone plan. Cell phones are essential to life now, but the plan you have may not fit your lifestyle. You may be surprised that you can pay even hundreds of dollars less than you do right now for a very similar plan you have. One of these amazing providers is Mint Mobile, which has plans for as little as $10 a month. That's way better than most plans offered right now. Number 14. Find a better network provider. In other words, find better internet prices. There are tons of smaller companies that offer excellent service and offer very cheap prices for internet. This is especially an excellent option for those who don't use a lot of bandwidth but want to save. Number 15. Buy a used car.
Drive a car that no one else would drive so that later you can drive a car that no one else can drive.
That sounds pretty nice, doesn't it? Driving a car that no one else can drive? But it starts exactly where Dave Ramsey said. You have to start small and drive a used car. If you do this for several years and upgrade only when you need to and only when you can, then you can drive the car of your dreams without worrying about money at all. Number 16. Visit the library. You can never go wrong when visiting the library. You have access to tons of books and resources for the amazing price of $0. This world is so caught up with spending money, even when they don't have to. So take the time to follow Dave Ramsey's research, which says that the majority of millionaires read and save money by reading books you borrow. Number 17. Cashback apps are your friend. No, this doesn't mean getting a cashback credit card, but using apps that offer cash back. Some notable examples of this are Rakuten and Ibotta. They're very simple and intuitive to use and can help you save tons of money without having to think about it. Number 18. Sell what doesn't make you happy. Take a second to go around a room in your home. Look through all the items and think about what you find. How does it make you feel? Do you even care about it at all in some of these items you're seeing? If you don't, then you need to do this. Take that item and list it on an online marketplace and put it to good use by selling it to someone else. This way, you get money, you can pay off your debt like Dave would tell you to, and your house will be much more spacious. Number 19. Change your mode of entertainment. There's nothing like going out to eat dinner at a restaurant and getting some drinks with friends after, right? That's right, and you'll also have nothing left at the end of the night like that. Listen to what Dave has to say about this. Fun can be bought with money, but happiness cannot. He's right, so change the way you entertain yourself by going out for a walk or having a night out at home with friends instead. You'll still have the memories, but have much more cash in your account. Number 20. Learn this useful word.
The ancient word is the word, it's a strange word. You've not heard it in a while. No one in America hears this word, and no one likes it. It's politically incorrect. You can get thrown out of entire clubs, restaurants, and organizations for saying this word. People will ostracize you for saying this word. Are you ready? It's a nasty, nasty word, but it's very seldom heard, so you don't have to worry about hearing it much. No.
Just like Dave Ramsey said, this is a word that many of us are deeply afraid of. The thing is that this word has allowed millions of people to accomplish something amazing, including Dave himself. It allowed him to get rich because he would say no to anything that would cost him. Like saying no to eating out because it's a waste of money, or saying no to that pair of shoes because you already have 3 pairs. It's a simple frugal habit, but you'll be grateful for applying it in your life. But this word is an answer to a question that you need to know. Number 21. Is that really necessary? This question can literally make or break your budget, and can even go as far as deciding whether you get rich or not. When you think of buying an item, ask yourself that question. If it's not necessary, then you need to walk away and forget about it. Number 22. Start carpooling. Gas and car payments suck, right? They're expensive, and it seems like you always have to drop so much money. Not only that, but it's also bad for the environment too. This dilemma can be easily overcome though. A great option is to start carpooling with people from work to spend less and get some of your gas bill covered by those you drive. Number 23. Cruising isn't bad. Dave Ramsey loves cars, but he has to say this about them. One of the reasons why your car breaks down quickly and you lose gas is because of speed changes. The simple way to stop this from happening is to start using cruise control more. The constant speed of your car will make it much more efficient, as well as give your foot a break on long drives. Number 24. Use your body. Your body is made to be used, not to sit still and do nothing. With that in mind, use your body when you can, instead of relying on your car or some other mode of transportation. It's also a great way to exercise for free. For example, Dave Ramsey has run several half marathons in his life and has never had to pay a single cent for training. Number 25. Get rid of debt.
And you list your debts, smallest to largest, regardless of the interest rate. You pay minimum payments on everything but the little one, and you attack the little one with a vengeance.
What Dave is talking about here is his well-known method to pay the debt. The debt snowball method is a proven method to easily pay off the debt by listing your smallest to largest debt and paying it off as aggressively as possible. It's worked for thousands of people, and it'll work for you. Number 26. Keep your freezer full. There are 2 major benefits to this, one of which many you can guess, but the other is not so obvious. The first is that you'll always have food, meaning you can spend less on groceries. You can easily fill your freezer by buying sale items like meat in bulk. The other benefit is that it actually helps your freezer run more efficiently because it doesn't need to run as often to keep it cool. Number 27. Live at home. This is for the younger people, but it can make a massive difference in how much you save early. If your parents are kind, then follow Dave Ramsey's advice and live at home while you study. It may be embarrassing for some, but we'll see who's laughing when you have everything you want at a much younger age. Just remember this quote from Dave Ramsey. Money is not good or evil. It has no morals or intentions of its own. Money reflects the character of the user.